The EA Play press conference has now come and gone, and it's fair to say that people are quite angry. We've no new games announced apart from 2 new indie games which aren't actually EA titles. It's been another underwhelming E3 for EA so far, and the fans are making sure that they are letting them know about it. In this video, I'm going to recap and review the FIFA 19 section of the conference and what we can take away from it. So the FIFA fans seem slightly more pleased than the fans of the rest of the games from Electronic Arts. The announcement of the Champions League has got people hyped up, but if you're like me, or probably like you watching this video, you probably already knew about the Champions League coming to FIFA 19. If you'd have seen my last video in which we looked at the E3 press conference announcements and what we could possibly expect for FIFA 19, then we talked about a couple of things in depth, and whilst I got a couple of things right, there were some that weren't answered. We got the fact that the cover star would be announced, obviously, and that Ronaldo was it once again. The same with the Champions League and all UEFA licenses as well. However, we talked about dynamic weather in that, and I did genuinely think that they would go into depth about this. They would at least announce it at the conference, but there was no mention of it. We had our trailer. We had the talk about the Champions League from the 2 cringy presenters that were quite clearly trying to prolong some time in order to elongate the press conference, and that was about it. On a side note, I do have to say the trailer was really good. It really got the hype going. It was really well put together, well constructed, and fair play to the media department at EA for putting that together. It was very, very good. I think perhaps it's time for us to say as a fan base, look, you know, we need more than this. People might say that perhaps it's a bit too early. They don't want to rush anything, any announcements that they may or may not have. But to that I respond, well, it's 3 months. It's only 3 months before the game comes out. You really need to give us more. You need to start getting this sort of stuff out, building up the hype. Yes, the Champions League is good, but that is one feature. The UEFA licenses are just one feature. And you have to keep building on that. You can't just stagnate in the marketplace. Having said that, it is important to remember that we do still have a full week of E3 ahead of us. So as a result, they may choose to stagger out their announcements and announce a couple more features to come later in the week. At previous E3s, they have generally announced more than what they did yesterday. They've gone on to release a couple of things that we could look forward to. But this time, so far, only one. And I'm hoping that does change throughout the week. But I'm not holding my breath. I don't really trust EA Sports to do the right thing. Now, one thing we did find out at the press conference was the release date. And that was September 28th, 2018. Or September 25th if you decide to pre-order the Ultimate Edition. Now, this is quite important to me because I actually did a video a couple of days ago, and I'll link it in a card round about here, in which I talk about potentially us having a much earlier release date for FIFA. And on that video I did get into a conversation with one of the viewers by the name of Henry Clay 1844, in which I was saying really it would be a better idea for them to go earlier, for them to release it earlier, perhaps in late August, similar to what Konami had done with PES, whereas he was saying it was clashing with the release of Madden, and as a result they should actually just release it normally in late September. And I still firmly stand by the fact that I think they should release it earlier. The reason why Konami have decided to release PES in late August is because they firmly believe that they have the better game. They think they are better than FIFA, and as a result they go earlier. They want people to get onto the bandwagon and to try it out. And to have that whole month before FIFA is absolutely vital. What you need to understand is that the football season for a lot of countries has been going on for about a month and a half. Some teams in the Football League in particular in England might be 10 plus games into their season, and yet the game will still not have been released. That is absolutely vital. As soon as the season starts, people are caught into the hype. People want to play the football game, but they can't, because they have the results of FIFA 18 and it's outdated by a year. Whereas Konami have seized advantage of that and they've gone for a release date in August. Now you might say, well, that's only in some countries that the season has already started, so there's not a whole lot of hype. There's not a do you sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't. But that's in European countries where the season has already started, and Europe is FIFA's biggest market by a country mile. The second biggest market is probably United States of America, and it probably outsells the USA market by, I would estimate, 10 to 1. These figures, although not 100% accurate, I do generally trust the reliability of the source. They get things pretty spot on. They keep a good track of these games, and that sort of supports what I'm trying to say. Another point against it would be, well, the game might not be ready for that point, but if in the first year you do it, then you're getting into a yearly cycle of releasing it in August rather than September, then it will be ready, because you've still got the same time period in between both games as you do when you release it every September. So I would disagree with that statement, and I do believe they should have gone earlier, and I am actually surprised that they haven't paid attention to these quite large details and acted upon it. Now, it's all well and good me saying that EA should announce more features this week, but I wouldn't put it past the EA to not have any more features to announce, and they just go with the UEFA licenses. So, you know, perhaps we're asking for the impossible, something that we know can't really happen. And I hate to get on the, you know, the bandwagon, as people call it now, of, you know, slating EA and EA Sports, but you know, I don't want this. You know, I want the game to be good. I would love nothing more than that for FIFA to just be brilliant and have no problems with it, and then we can get on with it and enjoy the game. But you know, I do think there's so much room for improvement, and hopefully I'll keep my eyes peeled and I'll keep you guys updated on my YouTube channel throughout the week if there are any more announcements on FIFA, any licenses, any new features, anything really. And I'll be sure to let you guys know. But it's probably time to round it off there. Turn to a little bit of a rant session. I do apologise, but the overall message of the video is that the conference was underwhelming. We've had the release date announced, we've had the cover star and the UEFA licenses announced. So we've got the basis. Hopefully now they can push on, improve and keep building on those announcements, and there's a lot more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to ring the bell to get notifications on for every time I upload a video. Do be sure to check out my channel for more videos ongoing related to FIFA 18 and FIFA 19. And on that note, I have been Brommer18, and I will see you soon.